Good morning, YouTube. This is Cody with the Connected Camper. Today I'm going to be showing the maintenance cycle on a Win 3800 inverter generator. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. Sitting under the tonneau cover of my truck, we got several inches of rain as well as dealt with some very high temperatures where we are at this past weekend camping. This oil change has approximately 70 hours on it. It has a 5W30 full synthetic oil, as well as a magnetic dipstick that I'll show you throughout the change. First thing we'll do is I'm going to take it outside, start it up, run it for a few minutes, and then we'll bring it back inside here and then drain the oil out. We want that oil nice and warm so we can get as much of it out of there as possible. All right, so we've got the Win 3800 back in the garage now. You can see I've got it elevated right now because there is a convenient drain tube right here behind the oil access door. And I'm actually gonna drain that into this gallon milk jug here. So before I actually open this cap, I'm gonna open the cap on the milk jug, get my funnel in here, and then just lay this over the edge, and you'll be able to see there is just a yellow cap on here that you just use your hands to open. Open that up, and then we've got the oil dripping in there. Now let me get that cap out of the way. Now this ran for about 3 or 4 minutes out there just to get the oil warmed up and make it a little bit more viscous and easier to come out. Just trying to get it to stay there without making a little bit of a mess. You can see here, let me get the camera adjusted. Now that was perfectly clean 5W30 full synthetic motor oil. It does have, as you saw in the video, about 62.2 hours on it. Probably a little high hours range for an oil change, but it's full synthetic rather. And it can probably stand to go just a little bit longer. I wouldn't say I would go too far past that. I'm gonna let this drain, and I will be right back to show you the fill process. All right, we are now at the point that the oil has stopped dripping out of the empty tube here. So I'm just going to wipe this up and then move my jug out of the way. Clean up our cap here. And our work area. Close that cap, and then we're just going to tuck this back in here where it was. Now, I do have a magnetic oil dipstick on here, so we can inspect that. This did have a 1.5 hour initial break-in done with the magnetic oil dipstick in there, but we're still going to pull this out and take a look at it, and then I'm actually going to replace it after this with the original dipstick, so I can use this magnetic dipstick on another machine that hasn't been broken in. Now you can see here, there is some residue on there. And then right at the very end, just a little bit. Let me get that wiped off on here. You can see that there is some metal shaving still on there. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to grab my funnel here. So I have the original funnel that came with the generator. And I have 15 ounces of full synthetic 5W30 going in. Now I'm going to just underfill it just slightly because I know it does like to gurgle back out of there if I put just a little too much in there. And I'm also going to slip this paper towel in just underneath the dipstick here so I can catch, or just underneath the funnel here so I can catch whatever that does come out there. Now, the generator is also tipped on its side a little bit here. And just put that dipstick right in there so we can prevent the gargle back there. Now, no spillage, nothing like that. And we know that the oil level was right up to the threads, right where we want it. Then what we do, we get our oil access door, get this closed, and then we're going to wipe up the generator here because it is pretty dirty from use. Now after I'm done wiping it up here, you're going to realize that, oh yeah, this thing does look still like new. It's just had a nice little layer of dirt on it. I like to keep my machines looking nice and also running nice. So that being said, I'm going to continue wiping this up here. Thank you for watching today. Feel free to subscribe to see more additional videos like this. This is Cody with the Connected Camper.